Welcome back to the channel, fam. On this episode of Taylor in Multiple Time Zone, I am heading to Europe to see what the hype is about in the summertime. We landed real early and got through immigration quickly. Then I picked up the rental car and then we were on our way to the hotel. I'll drop the name of the company that I use in the description below. On our way to the hotel, we got to see some WWE action. There was two guys in the middle of the street fighting. When we reached the hotel, there was no rooms available. So we left our bags and decided to get some breakfast. So after we got seated, we ordered the avocado toast with eggs, but we completely forgot to tell our server that we wanted our eggs scrambled. The food was just okay. The restaurant was very busy though. After breakfast, the room was still not ready, so we decided to explore Dublin on foot. If you're in Dublin, most things are close by, so you don't necessarily need to drive around. We came across the St. Patrick Cathedral and we decided to book 2 tickets. It's about 10 USD per adult. They offer self-guided tours and also group tours. We went just in time as they were about to start a group tour.
Through the choir and then back into the Lady Chapel before we come back down the nave and eventually finish our tour just over there in that little fenced off area just next to the entrance. So in that fenced off area is the grave of Jonathan Swift, who is one of the most famous people who's been associated with the cathedral over the centuries. So I like to begin and end my tour starting with 2 of the cathedral's most famous figures. At the end, I'll talk about Jonathan Swift, but at the beginning, I like to start off by talking about the cathedral's namesake, St. Patrick. So a little bit about St. Patrick. You might already know something about him. He's best known for being the person who brought Christianity to Ireland, but he was a real person who lived during the 5th century. One of the most prominent features in this area of the cathedral is this large stained glass window that's just behind you there. That is the west window, and it was installed in the building in the 1860s during a period called the Guinness Restoration. We'll talk about the Guinness Restoration a little bit more later on in our.
So we're here at the St. Patrick Cathedral in Dublin, and it is said to be the biggest cathedral in Ireland and also the national cathedral of Ireland. It's a very interesting structure. We're doing a small group tour and we're learning a lot about the cathedral and how it came in existence, and also some very interesting information on who St. Patrick is and his contribution. If you're in Dublin, I would definitely recommend you checking this tour out. There are so many rich history within the walls of the cathedral. You will definitely learn a lot of interesting facts about St. Patrick. So after the tour was over, we went to the park next door to the cathedral to have a better look of the outside of the building. The park was pretty busy. A lot of people was having picnics and chilling.
It felt good just walking around Dublin and taking in the views of the city. I must say there is a lot of interesting buildings in Dublin. I guess you can't go to Dublin without seeing the famous Temple Bar. The rain was falling and the line was pretty long, so we just decided to skip it. At least we stood there for a while and we admired the beautiful red building. So after leaving Temple Bar, we went to Dublin Castle. We walked around for a bit before the rain came pouring down. I want to say shout out to my wife for always finding these awesome restaurants whenever we travel. The food at Boxty was a 10 out of 10. The stew was wicked. There is always a hype about Ireland and their stew, but I must say I see what the hype is about because that stew was on point. It was wicked. We loved it. The chicken and chip was awesome and the service was super fast. So after that amazing stew, we wanted some dessert. So we stopped at Queen of Tarts. We ordered the chocolate cake and the Baileys cheesecake. To be honest, the chocolate cake was okay and I didn't really taste any Baileys in the cheesecake. If we had more time in Dublin, I would have definitely given them another try.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through.
The room was finally ready, and as usual, here is a quick tour of the Hilton Dublin. I must say I was surprised by the size of the room because most rooms in Europe are on the smaller side. The bathroom was updated along with the room and we also got a canal view. If you're planning a trip to Ireland, I would definitely recommend you renting a car if you want to explore outside of Dublin. Please remember that they drive on the left side of the road and there is a lot of roundabouts.
So we're walking towards the Lock Upper Lakes. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but yeah, we're heading towards the lake right now. I guess it's just another rainy day in Ireland. The place is so green and nice, and this lake is absolutely beautiful. It's just a 1-minute walk from the parking lot.
This lake actually reminds me of Bobscope in the South Island of New Zealand. Oh, by the way, if you haven't checked out our New Zealand travel series, do yourself a favor and go check it out.
So, here we are. This is the Upper Lakes.
So after a long day of traveling, we decided to stop at this restaurant for dinner on our way to Dublin. I must say the service at this restaurant was amazing. The food was very delicious and it came out shortly after we made our order. They gave us complimentary Baileys for dessert. So the next day we decided to make the 3-hour drive to the cliffs of Moher. As you can see, it was another rainy day in Ireland. Please be mindful of the route that you're taking because I was hit with many tolls.
Show me love, show me light, show me love, make a change, time is up.
So we bought our tickets online ahead of time to save some time. The ticket was about €8 per person. When you enter the location, to your right, there are some small shops that you can buy souvenirs. The day was very windy, so please bring a jacket or a rain jacket because the weather can be a little unpredictable. You can also do an exhibition of the cliffs if you're interested. The Cliffs of Moher is one of the most iconic landmarks in Ireland. It is located in the southwestern part of Clare County. It is visited by millions of tourists each year, and I could definitely see why. I was so disappointed by the weather that day because I know that on a sunny day the views would have been so epic. We didn't get to visit any of the castles that we wanted to, but this one will have to do for now. After walking around and taking in the views of the cliff, we stopped at Lahinch Beach and chilled for a bit. I can see this place to be very busy on a hot sunny day. We decided to head back to Dublin, and I drove a different route with no tolls. We came across this beautiful city. We don't know the name of it, so if there's anyone watching that does, please put the name in the comment section.
Won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if
We were very surprised when we saw something white along the side of the road looking like snow. That was a shocker to us. We didn't stop to confirm, but it sure does look like snow.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Whilst driving, we came across one of the most beautiful rainbows we have ever seen. It was so epic. It was so big and wide. The colors were so bright. At one point, we were driving through the colors.
Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And
That was raw talent, guys. The album is coming soon. After reaching back Dublin in the night, we ordered room service. I would say this was one of the best room service food I've ever had. It was epic. Until next time, fam, peace, one love, and we will see you in another European city.